Part 14. What should I do if someone takes away my fate? I will just kill her. Author, Mo she mo yet. Chapter 131. Looking at the direction where the family of three left, there was a hint of obscure light in her clear eyes. During the Chinese New Year, Ren followed her grandfather to visit many elders in High City. When they heard that she had won the 6th place in the mathematical Olympiad, they all praised her for being great. In a family like theirs, grades do not necessarily represent ability, but having a good grade is also an advantage among the second generation of rich people, and one of the factors in choosing whether to marry in the future. During this period, Kongji has been carefully accompanying Ren Suya, and Ren Suya's attitude has gradually softened, which gave him hope. He could clearly feel that the attitude of the old couple of the Ren family towards him had also eased a lot, and his daughter was willing to get close to him, and everything was moving in a good direction. On the 5th day of the first lunar month, Ren received a call from Su Zheyin. "Miss Ren, we will leave tomorrow, and the plane will land around 6 p.m. I brought Taoist Taizhu and Taoist Qingxian to you. Oh my God, I can finally leave that God-forsaken place. You don't know that place is not a place for people to stay. Every day, I just look at the mountains. I can't even have a good meal. My stomach." Ren listened quietly to Su Zheyin's complaints, and the corners of her lips slightly raised. She was obviously in a good mood. Of course, she was not crazy because she was happy to hear him miserable. Rather, she was looking forward to finally getting rid of her fate. 300,000 will be credited tomorrow. Su Zheyin, who was complaining, suddenly smiled and didn't feel bitter at all. "Miss Ren is generous. If you have any dirty or tiring work in the future, just come to me." God of Wealth. Since hugging this God of Wealth, she has made 10 years of money. As soon as she hung up the phone, Aunt Wan came up to inform her that Gao Ying was here. Gao Ying came back and brought back an important piece of information. "Miss, this is the news from the people who are watching Ruan Fengru. The amount of money Ruan Fengru borrowed far exceeds the amount she invested at the beginning. I used some connections to find out that the extra money went to an overseas account. Overseas accounts are encrypted and transferred many times, so it is difficult to trace who it will flow into." Ren listened carefully and then asked, "Have Ruan Fengru and Kongji met each other afterwards?" "After meeting once before the New Year, we have not met so far. The two are like two parallel lines, without any intersection." Ren's fingers gently turned the puppet toy in the palm of her hand. "Keep watching, and pay attention to the people she has contacted recently, whether they are relatives, friends, or people in society." "Okay." After Gao Ying left, Ren went to find Ren Hongru. She told Ren Hongru the situation again. "Grandpa, with Ruan Fengru's miserly character, it is impossible for her to spend such a large sum of money. This money is very problematic. What do you think?" Ren Hongru did not respond, but asked back. There were still 2 months left before the grandparents had a car accident in the previous life. In the previous life, at the annual meeting of Yaxing Group, Grandpa handed the baton of Yaxing Group to him. With the help of Grandpa and the road paved by his scum father in his early years, he successfully established a foothold in the group 2 months later. After attending the Kingsi Mountain cocktail party as the chairman of Yaxing Group for the last time, Grandpa and Grandma were ready to leave and start their global travel. On the way down the mountain to the airport, they had a car accident. Grandpa and Grandma died on the spot. Although the driver, Uncle Wang, survived, his legs were amputated and he was seriously injured and comatose, becoming a vegetable. Since this car accident, Ren's life has undergone earth-shaking changes. It was also from this time that his scum father finally revealed his hypocritical true face. "What should I do if someone takes away my fate? I will just kill her." Author, Mo she mo yet. Chapter 132. In this life, Grandpa didn't hand over the Yaxing group to his scumbag father. His scumbag father is still hiding outside. According to reason, he should take it slowly and not take action again. However, Ruan Fengru suddenly transferred a sum of money to a mysterious overseas account. This sum of money is like a fishbone stuck in the throat, which makes it difficult not to pay attention. The timing is just at this sensitive period. I suspect that they want to take action, which is not good for you. That sum of money may be a life-saving money. Ren Ran repeated her speculation in her mind, and Ren Hungru did not express his opinion from beginning to end, and listened to her quietly. Ran Ran, one of the 36 strategies is called luring the snake out of the hole. It is safe to stop the enemy and cover the water with earth, but sometimes it can be more radical. Since they have this intention, why not force them out in advance and take the initiative in your own hands? Grandpa, this is too dangerous. She was afraid of making mistakes by using them as bait, and it would be too late to regret it. You can't get a tiger cub without going into the tiger's den. I won't participate in this plan, I'll leave it to you. You have to remember the following points. First, if there is no reason, create a reason for them. Second, if there is no condition, create conditions for them. Third, if there is no confidence, show them the confidence that it is foolproof. Go back and think about it carefully. Ren Ran knew that her grandfather was testing her. This test was related to the lives of her grandparents, and she didn't dare to be careless at all. After returning, Ren Ran thought about it all night, constantly pondering, and according to their personalities, she thought about how to lure them into the trap without being suspected. The morning light shone through the gauze curtains on the girl in front of the window. She stretched her waist and couldn't wait to send this plan to her grandfather. Ren Hungru looked at Ren Ran with bloodshot eyes and knocked her head hard. Don't do it again next time. Yes, Ren Ran covered her head. After reading it carefully, Ren Hungru nodded repeatedly, but did not express his opinion. If you think it is feasible, just follow this. Okay. Suddenly, she slapped her forehead. I almost forgot that Master Tegzu and his apprentice arrived in High City today. Grandpa, I'll go to the airport to pick them up. Didn't you say you wanted to meet them? I'll help you make an appointment then. No, I'll go pick them up myself. After staying up all night, Ren Ran fell asleep and set the alarm. When she was about to leave, she learned that her grandfather was dealing with an urgent matter, so she went to the airport alone. The plane was delayed. Ren Ran glanced at the screen, touched her empty stomach, found a fast food restaurant, and ordered some food. Just after eating 2 mouthfuls of noodles, a familiar figure entered her field of vision. It was her. How could Ruan Fengru be here? Ren Ran immediately put down the chopsticks in her hand and walked towards the person. Following Ruan Fengru, they soon arrived at Gate 2 of the international exit. She stood behind the pillar and kept staring at the other person. Soon a group of passengers left the station. Suddenly, someone bumped into Ren Ran. I'm sorry. Ren Ran picked up the bag on the ground and waved to the man. When she looked towards the exit again, she could not see Ruan Fengru. She looked around and soon saw her and the man in Taoist robes beside her in front of her on the left. Taoist robes. If she had to say that she would end up like that in her previous life, in addition to the conspiracy of Ruan Fengru and her scumbag father, there was another person who also played a key role. That was the person who changed her fate. Ren Ran followed without any hesitation. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. What should I do if someone takes away my fate? I will just kill her. Author, Mo She Mo Yet. Chapter 133. She walked in the direction they left. She had to find out who was the culprit who harmed her in her previous life. The Taoist priest who was walking with Ruan Fengru frowned slightly. Suddenly, he stopped and turned his head to look behind him. When he moved, Ren turned around immediately. At this moment, a tour group passed by her, and the flow of people blocked the other party's sight. The Taoist priest looked at the exit where people were coming and going, and the feeling of being stared at just now disappeared. "Master, what's wrong?" Ruan Fengru looked back and looked around, but didn't see anything wrong. The Taoist priest retracted his gaze. "Nothing." He retracted his gaze. Ren stood behind the pillar, looking at the direction they left, and never saw the man's appearance from beginning to end. The man was too vigilant. She had just followed for a while and was almost discovered by him. Or maybe her skills were not in place, so the other party noticed it. She took out her mobile phone and called Gao Ying. "Miss, what do you want to do? Tell the people watching Ruan Fengru to be careful. The person she met this time is not easy to deal with. This person is very vigilant. Don't let him find out. It's better to lose him and give up halfway than let them find out about his existence." Okay, Gao Ying didn't dare to delay, let alone underestimate him. A black business car drove away from the terminal. Ruan Fengru looked at the Taoist priest beside her. Although the person who came this time was not the master, his apprentice coming here made her uneasy. She asked tentatively, "Master Yao, when you came here this time, is there anything I can help you with?" Master Yao's eyes, which were originally half closed, opened slightly and looked at Ruan Fengru. "You haven't made any movement here for a long time, so the master asked me to help you complete it." She was delighted. "Master is so busy, but he still cares about us. I'm really flattered." Master Yao snorted coldly. "The expenses of this business trip will be calculated separately. That's for sure." Hearing her agreement, the expression on Master Yao's face improved a little. Ruan Fengru took the Taoist priest to the hotel and arranged a 5-star hotel. All the arrangements were well made, which made Taoist priest Yao very satisfied. He was not so disgusted with this business trip. He finally looked at her straight in the eye, and his eyes narrowed slightly, staring at her face carefully. Ruan Fengru was a little scared by his stare, but she did not dare to show any displeasure, and asked softly, "Taoist priest Yao, is there anything wrong? Have you encountered any troubles recently?" "Yes, I have encountered some. No wonder I have bad luck." "Taoist priest Yao, do you think you can help me get rid of the bad luck?" Although he was the master's apprentice, he learned less than 10% of what he learned. He was good at drawing ordinary talismans and occasionally playing with formations, but he didn't have that instinct to get rid of bad luck. Of course, he would not say this in front of her. "Don't worry, after you finish the things that the master has asked you to do, your bad luck will naturally dissipate." Taoist priest Yao's tone was firm, and his confident and calm attitude was easy to convince people. At this moment, the phone on the table rang. Ruan Fengru glanced at the number. It was an unfamiliar number, and hung up without thinking. The other party seemed to have no intention of stopping and called again. This time, Ruan Fengru picked up the phone, and her tone was a little impatient. "Who is this?" "Hello, ma'am, this is High City First People's Hospital. Do you know Kong Lian? What happened to my daughter? What should I do if someone takes away my fate? I will just kill her." Author, Mo She Mo Yet. Chapter 134. Your daughter was kidnapped by criminals, but don't worry, she has been rescued by the police and is now being treated in our hospital. Okay. I'll be there right away. After hanging up the phone, Ruan Fengru looked at Taoist Master Yao with an apologetic look on her face. "Taoist Master, something happened to my daughter, I have to go out for a while." Taoist Master Yao waved his hand indifferently. On the other side, Ren, who had been waiting at the airport exit for more than 2 hours, finally waited for the flight from Lhasa. In the rolling crowd, Ren locked onto the figure of the Taoist immortal in the crowd at a glance. Su Zheyin saw Ren Ran and waved at her excitedly. Ren Ran looked at Taoist Master Taixu. "Hello, Taoist Master, I am Ren Ran." Taoist Master Taixu nodded slightly. Little Taoist Master Qingxian said happily, "Ren Ran, my master is here and can solve your problem immediately." Ren Ran smiled and nodded. The group got on the nanny car, and Ren Ran sent them to the large flat where Taoist Master Qingxian lived before. Taoist Taixu said, "Comrade Ren Ran, please help us take us to Yuking Temple." Yuking Temple is in the suburbs of High City, and the location is relatively remote. Okay, he told the driver and changed the route to the suburbs. The phone in his pocket vibrated slightly. He took out his phone and found that Gao Ying had pushed a message. Gao Ying couldn't push messages for no reason. Ren Ran clicked on the link and the latest news of High City popped up. Hashtag a bad incident occurred in the city. A gangster stabbed passers-by indiscriminately with a knife. 5 innocent citizens were injured, including a senior high school student who was seriously injured with his neck cut open and in critical condition. Hashtag. There are many videos and pictures below. One of the pictures shows that the gangster took a high school student hostage when he saw the police coming. This person was none other than Kong Lian. Kong Lian was also unlucky today. The blow she suffered some time ago caused her to suffer from severe insomnia and she was in a bad mood. After the new year, it was rare for a classmate to take the initiative to invite her out to play, so she agreed. Who knew she would run into a gangster and get shot? It seems that her luck has begun to affect her life. Ren Ran couldn't help but think of her unlucky life in her previous life. She would encounter bad things every day, and every half a month or a month, she would encounter life and death, and she lived in fear every day. But now it is Kong Lian's turn to bear this bitter fruit. I don't know how long she can live under this kind of luck. After reading the news, Gao Ying's message followed. Ruan Fengru and the Taoist priest separated. Below is a photo, which is not taken normally, but taken by a camera. It shows a middle-aged Taoist priest wearing a Taoist robe and eating in a Western restaurant. Yes, this is the person. It was him she saw at the airport. Ren Ran turned to look at Taoist Taixu, and seeing that he closed his eyes to rest, he turned his gaze to the young Taoist priest Qingxian. "Look, do you know this person?" Qingxian took the phone from her hand, took a closer look, and shook his head. "I haven't seen him, he's not my age. He should know someone my master knows. He has been practicing in the mountains, rarely going out, and only knows a few fellow disciples." Su Zheyin curiously poked his head and took a closer look. "Is he the person who changed your fate?" "It's possible, still couldn't be 100% sure." Qingxian handed the phone to his master. "Master, do you know this person?" Taoist Taixu, who had closed his eyes to rest, slowly opened his eyes, and glanced at the phone screen with wise eyes. "What should I do if someone takes away my fate? I will just kill her." Author, Mo Shi Mo Yet. Chapter 135. Taoist Master Taixu stared at him for a long time and shook his head at her. "I don't know him." When everyone was disappointed, the next sentence of Taoist Master Taixu made everyone even more disappointed. "He is not that person." Several people were surprised. Su Zheyin asked the question on behalf of several people. "Master, how do you know he is not?" Taoist Master Taixu stared at his hand on the screen with his sharp eyes, and the light of wisdom shone through. "The hand is too tender. People who can change their fate are definitely not ordinary people. This person's hands are tender and his face is unfamiliar. Although his aura cannot be seen, judging from his behavior, he has been in the Taoist sect for a short time. Master must be right." Young Taoist Master Qingxian has a blind worship of his master. Ren Ran naturally believed in Taoist Taixu. "Master, how can we cut off the matter of fate?" Taoist Taixu stroked his gray beard. "I see that your luck is endless and long, so there is no need to worry. The people who should be anxious are them. Changing fate is a very insidious thing, and the way of heaven does not allow it to exist. Covering can only be temporary, not forever. You have destroyed their plan. If they don't affect your luck anymore, the other party will be retaliated. Taoist Taixu narrowed his eyes and glanced at the Taoist on the screen. He should be Ma Qianfeng. Master, did you come here because you calculated their next move? Ren Ran thought of this relationship. Taoist Taixu shook his head and nodded. Your great calamity is coming. Little Taoist Qingxian followed and said, Master is here to help you overcome the calamity, and your calamity probably comes from them. As the head of the Genji sect and the vice president of the Taoist Association, Master has the responsibility and obligation to clean up the scum for the Taoist section. Ren Ran understood. Taoist Taixu came here not only for her, but also to purge the Dao sect, eradicate the scum of the Dao sect, and find out the mastermind behind the scenes. His goal coincides with hers. The person behind the scenes knows her birth date. Who knows if he will continue next time? The things in the Suanmen are not something that ordinary people can guess. Their methods are even more difficult to guard against. Once they start, you don't know when you will be tricked. Now that she can successfully block their plans, it is thanks to her memories of her previous life that she can lock the characters and grasp their movements. Once the other party changes people, it is unknown who they will change to, and you will not be able to grasp the profit and cannot stop them. In the final analysis, she can only rest assured if she finds the mastermind behind the scenes. As long as that person does not surface, she will not have a real day of peace. Master, are there many people in the Dao sect who have such methods? Taoist Taixu raised a hand. 4 people are known, and 1 is unknown. Hearing that there are 5 people, Ren Ran took a breath of cold air. This time, without Ren Ran speaking, Taoist Taixu began to answer questions and resolve doubts. The first person is my master, who has passed away. The second person is Lingxiu from the Mission sect, who has practiced hard for 10 years and has not set foot on mission. The third person is Taoist Zhenyang from the Quanzhen section. The fourth person is me. The fifth person is unknown, Taoist Taixu said calmly. Su Zheyin said, could the mastermind be Taoist Zhenyang from the Quanzhen sect? Without waiting for Taoist Taixu to speak, Taoist Qingxian said angrily, although I don't like the Quanzhen sect, Uncle Zhenyang is a good person. He is the president and would never do such a thing. Su Zheyin muttered softly. Don't set a flag, it's easy to get caught. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. What should I do if someone takes away my fate? I will just kill her. Author, Mo Shi Mo Yet. Chapter 136. The young Taoist priest Qingxian didn't understand this joke, but he knew it was not a good thing, and said angrily, it can't be Uncle Zhenyang. Ren Ran smiled and didn't say anything. Looking at the childish young Taoist priest Qingxian, when he thought of him with a stern face and a charlatan look many years later, he felt that time can really change people a lot. After sending the person to the Taoist temple, Ren Ran arranged a time for the foreigner to meet, but was rejected by Taoist priest Taixu. High City First People's Hospital. Ruan Fengru has been running between the hospital and the hotel every day these days. She has lost a lot of weight, her face has become much paler, and the whole person is weak and powerless. Her daughter is out of danger. If the knife goes in a little bit more, she will die. Fortunately, her luck has not run out. As soon as she came out of the hospital, she received a call from Taoist priest Yao. I calculated that tomorrow is a good day for the ritual. We must set off tonight and act tomorrow night. Taoist priest Yao gave a direct order instead of discussing. Okay. This matter concerns the rest of her life, so Ruan Fengru naturally dare not say no. In the evening, Ruan Fengru drove herself and took Taoist Master Yao out of Haishi and headed towards the destination. When they were on the move, the person who had been watching them immediately sent a letter to Gao Ying. That night, the two arrived in Zikame town and stayed in a local homestay. Gao Ying immediately passed the news to Ren Ran. "Miss, they have arrived in Zikame town now." Zikame town. Zikame town is an unknown place in Z province, but it is the location of the Ren family's ancestral home, and their ancestors are all from Zikame town. You continue to keep an eye on them and don't let them find out. Miss, don't worry, the people following them are famous reconnaissance ace soldiers in the former Special Operations Force. That's good. After this incident, remember to give more bonuses. Okay, I'll write it down. After ending the call with Gao Ying, Ren Ran called Taoist Qingxian and told him the situation. Within 10 minutes, Taoist Qingxian called back. "Ren Ran, my master said that we will leave for Zikame town tomorrow." The next day, Ren Ran took Gao Ying and Taigzu to Zikame town. They were very low-key this time, and even chose an ordinary van to drive, which was not easy to attract attention. It was already noon when they arrived in Zikame town. Ren Ran did not stay at the ancestral house, but lived in a homestay with others, which happened to be diagonally opposite the homestay where Ruan Fengru lived, making it convenient for them to follow. At night, the people in the town rested very early. After 8:30, few people came and went in the town. At 11 o'clock, Gao Ying called everyone. "They are moving." The group followed them from a distance. Half an hour later, Ruan Fengru arrived at a cemetery with Taoist Yao. Before coming, Ruan Fengru had found out which grave was the ancestral grave of the Ren family. "It's right here. This grave is the ancestral grave of the Ren family." "Okay." Master Yao looked at the grave and turned around again, saying, "What a good place. What a pity, it will soon be gone." He found the right position and started digging. 10 minutes later, a hole was dug. He carefully took out a box from his backpack, which was covered with yellow talismans. When the box appeared, a cool breeze blew in the night, giving people goosebumps. I don't know if it was her illusion, but I always felt that the yin energy around her was heavier than before. What should I do if someone takes away my fate? I will just kill her. Author, Mo Shi Mo Yet. Chapter 137. Ruan Fengru couldn't help rubbing her arms and looking around. The shadows of the trees were swaying, and there was an occasional rustling sound. The gloomy atmosphere made people feel uncomfortable. She took a look at the wooden box in Taoist Master Yao's hand. "Master, what is that?" Taoist Master Yao smiled, "This is a good thing that can help you realize your dream quickly." After staring at the thing for a while, Ruan Fengru felt uncomfortable and immediately looked away. Taoist Master Yao placed the box covered with yellow talismans in front of the grave. He took out a handful of copper coins from his pocket and buried the copper coins in the 4 directions of the grave. After all this was done, Taoist Master Yao carefully picked up the box covered with yellow talismans, put it in the dug pit, and then covered it with soil again. After filling the pit, he took out a bottle from his pocket, poured out the blood prepared in advance and sprinkled it around, muttering something. Suddenly, a cold wind blew, and Ruan Fengru's hair stood up all over her body. She looked at Taoist Master Yao nervously. Under the moonlight, Taoist Master Yao's face gradually turned pale, and he looked like a dead person crawling out of a grave, full of gloom. If it weren't for the bright future, Ruan Fengru would have wanted to run away. After a while, Taoist Master Yao finally stopped chanting. Seeing him weak, Ruan Fengru asked with concern, "Taoist Master Yao, are you okay?" Taoist Master Yao was too tired to talk, and waved at her. He leaned against the stone pier, took a few breaths, and then said, "Pack up your things and leave." Ruan Fengru nodded, put away his bag, and helped him leave the Ren family's ancestral tomb. The group of people hiding in the dark walked out of the darkness after they left. The group of four walked to the front of the ancestral tomb. Taoist Master Tegzu looked around the ancestral tomb, turned his head and looked at the young Taoist Qingxian. Qingxian, dig those things out. Qingxian stepped on the position and accurately dug out the copper coins that Taoist Master Yao had buried before. He did not move the last hole. Taoist Tegzu dug up the soil himself and took out the black wooden box covered with yellow talismans. The moonlight fell on the black wooden box, and a cold breath lingered over the grave, blocking the moonlight. The young Taoist Qingxian took a look at the talismans on the black wooden box, his face solemn, and cursed directly, "Too vicious." "Master, what is this?" Gao Ying asked. There was fear and curiosity in her eyes staring at the wooden box. Without Taoist Tegzu speaking, Qingxian said angrily, "This is called a baby ghost, which is extremely vicious." Then the two learned from Qingxian what a baby ghost is. The baby ghost is made from a newborn baby. The baby's blood is released, its skin and bones are separated, and sealed in an altar. The blood talisman is drawn and the seven evil soul locking formation is used to seal its soul. The dead souls in this formation will be tormented by the heart every night, giving rise to their resentment. The greater the resentment of the baby ghost, the greater its ability. The other party put this thing here to use the resentment of the baby ghost to affect the fortune of your Ren family, disrupt your Ren family, and make you restless. In the least, some members of the Ren family will die or go crazy. In the worst case, there will be no descendants. The reason why the person behind the scenes dared to do this must be that the other party has no time to continue to waste time, and must fight quickly. It is not so easy to make a baby ghost. The child must be born in a yin year, yin month, yin day, and yin time. It is best to be a girl. It is not easy to find a baby that meets the above conditions. The other party has invested a lot of money. What should I do if someone takes away my fate? I will just kill her. Author, Mo Shi Mo Yet. Chapter 138. The formations around are used to stimulate the resentment in the hearts of the baby ghosts. After saying this, Taoist Qingxian looked unhappy. Ren glanced at the dark wooden box and sighed in her heart. Finding out the mastermind behind the scenes is not only for her own life, but also for everyone. If such people who take human lives lightly are not eliminated one day, I don't know how many people will be destroyed in their hands in the future. Master, it shouldn't have affected the fortune of the Ren family yet. Ren looked at the gloomy environment around him and couldn't help rubbing his hands. No, if it is dug out again in half a month, it may not be certain. Taoist Tegzu took out various magic tools from the package, yellow paper, pen, cinnabar, and drew several talismans in less than a minute, and then pasted them on the dark wooden box. At the moment when the yellow talisman was pasted, I don't know if it was her illusion, but she seemed to hear a shrill voice in her ear. Taoist Tegzu carefully wrapped the wooden box and put the talismans and copper coins in the four directions of the Ren family's ancestral tomb again. After doing all this, Ren could clearly feel that Taoist Tegzu was quite depressed. This kind of thing may seem easy, but it actually consumes a lot of energy. Master Qingxian stepped forward. Taoist Tegzu waved his hand, indicating that he didn't need to worry about himself. "Take it." He turned to look at Ren. "The other party set up this formation, which requires the feng shui of your parents' ancestral tombs. Where is your father's ancestral tomb?" "A village under Huangling County." "Go there tomorrow." When Ren thought of the Kong family, he couldn't help asking, "Master, if that place is not cleaned up, will my side still be affected?" "Yes." Gao Ying saw Ren's thoughts. After hearing the Taoist's response, she couldn't help but look at the reaction of the young lady. She was very calm and there was no disappointment. The next day, a group of four went to Huangling County. It was already night when they arrived in Huangling County. Ren rarely came to the scumbag father's hometown. It was not that she didn't want to come, but that the scumbag father didn't want to bring them here. There were several times when her mother said she would go to Huangling County to see her parents-in-law, but she was rejected by the scumbag father. It has been 5 years since the last time I came to Huangling County, and the county has changed a lot. Ren Ran vaguely remembers the location of the Kong family's ancestral tomb, but just in case, he asked Gao Ying to investigate it clearly to avoid finding the wrong place. In the dead of night, a car quietly entered a small mountain village. Everything was silent, and occasionally a few dogs could be heard barking. The road ahead was narrow and the car could not drive, so the group walked there. There is a mountain in the village that is specially used for burial. There are many tombs on the top of the mountain. As soon as you get close to the tomb, you can clearly feel that the surrounding yin energy has become heavier. The group of 4 climbed to the top of the mountain and found the Kong family's ancestral tomb. That's it? The flashlight shone on the tombstone, and Ren Ran saw the name of the scum father on it. The last time I came here was when the Kong family re-erected the tombstone. After confirming that it was correct, the master and apprentice began to observe the surroundings of the tomb. Qingxian found 4 directions and then started digging. After a while, Qingxian touched his head, looking puzzled, muttering, "Yes, it should be here, why is it not here?" Taoist Taixu walked forward and picked up the soil on the ground. "Don't dig it yet." "Master, did I find it wrong?" Taoist Taixu shook his head, "You didn't find it wrong. But it's not here. Because the other party didn't release it?" Gao Ying interrupted, "Are we here too early?" No, Qingxian denied it. "You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. What should I do if someone takes away my fate? I will just kill her." Author, Mo Shi Mo Yet. Chapter 139. They set up the yin-yang Kisha formation, 1 yin and 1 yang, and they must be placed at the ancestral tombs of the closest relatives of both parties, and they must be synchronized. "So, it is impossible that they did not put it here," Qingxian said firmly. "This formation is mainly for the Ren family, and the center of the formation for the absolute killing game is placed at the ancestral tomb of the Ren family. And this side is auxiliary, cooperating with the other side. Although the relatives here will be affected, it will only be turbulent for a period of time, and they will not be dead or injured. The center of the formation has been placed over there, and they have used things like infant ghosts. It is impossible not to put it here." Qingxian scratched his head in confusion. "Master, did we see it wrong?" Taoist Taixu knocked him hard on the forehead. "You are not good at learning, go back and copy it 10 times, the complete array of Genji Dao." "Ah," Qingxian wailed. Taoist Taixu didn't care about the wailing of his little apprentice and looked at Ren Ran. At this time, Ren Ran's heart was in turmoil, and the whole person was confused. Not to mention her, even Gao Ying was the same. Is it more likely that Taoist Taixu made a mistake, or that they had a problem? Reason told her that it was the latter. But emotionally, she was more willing to believe that it would be the latter. "Taoist, are you?" Ren Ran was halfway through her words, and the last words were stuck in her throat and could not be uttered. Taoist Qingxian said, "I may be wrong, but my master will never be, so." The rest of the words are self-evident. Taoist Taixu said, "Miss Ren, you'd better ask your mother about this matter." "Okay." But in order to prevent accidents, Taoist Taixu still walked around and searched around. After confirming that it was correct, the group left the village. They came quietly and left quietly, and no one knew the whole process. After returning to Haishi, Ren Ran sent Taoist Taixu back to Yuking Temple, and she returned to the villa halfway up the mountain. "Aunt Wang, where is my mother?" "Miss, she is reading in the flower room in the backyard." Ren Ran went straight to the flower room. Even in winter, the flower room is still full of flowers, and the colorful colors add a touch of gorgeous color to the withering winter. Rensuya sat on a rattan chair, holding a book in her hand. The warm winter sun gently fell on her body, and the soft light dyed her body with a faint halo. This scene is very beautiful, so beautiful that people don't want to disturb her. Ren walked into the flower room and coughed lightly. Rensuya heard the voice and slowly raised her head. When her eyes touched her, a light smile spread on her fair face. Ran. Mom. She walked forward. Such a beautiful mother, a mother who is loyal to love like a little girl, how could she do such a thing? She never wanted to believe it. Rensuya was a little uncomfortable with her daughter's eyes, and she couldn't help touching her face. What's wrong? Is there something wrong? Ren shook his head. Where's Dad? He went out. When mentioning the scumbag father, Rensuya's tone was a little cold. What's wrong with you? Rensuya asked with concern. Ren was a little embarrassed to speak. Once that question was asked, it was like questioning her character and marital fidelity in her mother's face. But she had to ask this question clearly. She took a deep breath. Mom, Dad is your first love, right? Yes. She knew this. Why did she suddenly ask again? You have only done intimate things between lovers with Dad, right? Ren asked with a determined heart. Rensuya was stunned, her eyes widened in disbelief. Why do you ask that? What should I do if someone takes away my fate? I will just kill her. Author, Mo she mo yet. Chapter 140. Seeing her mother like that, Ren's heart skipped a beat. Could it be that her mother really? Rensuya asked unhappily, did you hear gossip somewhere? Why are you asking about this? Ah. Looking at her daughter's confused look, she couldn't help but knock her head. The biggest regret of your mother in this life is that she has only had close contact with your father, a heartless man, and only him. Mom, you mean that you have only had sex with your father from beginning to end, right? Ren confirmed again. Yes, Rensuya nodded affirmatively, and seeing her frown, what's wrong with you? Do you still want your mother to have relationships with many people? No. Ren shook his head and told her what happened in the past few days, focusing on the formation. How dare they? Rensuya was so angry that her body trembled. Back in college, I helped her so much, and I thought I had never offended her in any way, but she wanted to kill our Ren family. This Ren family is not just Ren's family, but also affects other people. It can be said that his methods are extremely sinister and vicious. Mom, some people are born evil. It's not that you treat her well, she will be grateful. Ren comforted. Now the important thing is to figure this out. Rensuya raised her hand and almost swore to her, I didn't lie to you. I have had sex with your father from beginning to end. I had you by accident that year, and it was my first time at that time. My mother couldn't lie to me, so the problem appeared that time. Do you still remember the situation that day? Rensuya shook her head. I was drunk and confused at that time, and I can't remember clearly. When I woke up, your father and I were in the same bed. Ran, could it be that the master made a mistake? Who made a mistake? Just check it out. Mom, check it out. You want? Ren nodded. Rensuya was not in the mood to read, and the two went upstairs and went straight to the room where Konglji lived, trying to find a hair. The room was cleaned very clean by the servants, and occasionally finding one or two hairs was useless. I'll pull out a few of them when he comes back tonight. Mom, let me do it. Rensuya could see that her daughter didn't trust her. Trust me once. Looking at her mother's earnest eyes, Ren agreed, okay. That night, Rensuya took Konglji to the backyard garden to watch the moon. Ren watched the maid bring red wine and snacks one by one, but didn't follow, waiting quietly. Suya, you are so beautiful today. After Konglji drank half a bottle of red wine, he looked at her with a dazed look and leaned on her. Rensuya resisted the nausea and the urge to push him away. You will make me happy. When his kiss was about to fall, Rensuya blocked his mouth with one hand. Husband, you have white hair on your head. Really? Let me help you pull it out. Kongji happily agreed. Rensuya let his head rest on her legs, and his hands were rummaging in his hair, very seriously. When pulling out the hair, Rensuya was very ruthless, making him gasp. Rensuya looked at him innocently. Does it hurt? No, Kongji said with a smile. Rensuya held the pulled hair in her lowered hand. After getting what she wanted, Rensuya used an excuse to send him away and let him go take a bath. She took the thing and found Ran. Got it? Rensuya spread out her palm, on which there were several hairs with hair follicles.